It's almost like COVID. I'm waiting for him to say
Yep.
between the tariffs and COVID, and then I'm just going to start slapping people. I mean, how about now?
There you go.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh, finally. Good God, man. Jesus. Here's the backdrop.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Looks
Here's the
nice.
beautiful St. Regis Hotel. The maid was just here. Gorgeous. Here's my beautiful desk. Let me see. I can turn this camera around. Can I? I don't know. I'll just do it like this. Anyways, there's a Johnny Starr workstation.
There you go. Looks great.
Yeah. Anyways, so yes, it's been busy, very sleep deprived as usual, but going along.
All right. Well,
Um,
how many meetings have you had so far? Who have you talked to?
uh, I've had several meetings, about 6 of them so far. Also, I did decide to go to the was it International Fireworks Symposium,
Where was that?
and that was in Liling, China, where Chili's company is. So I went over there. I thought it was going to be like just a demo or a big fireworks display at night, but it's actually like an NFA in China. You know, all the booths were set up. There's classes, kind of like a equivalent to NFA.
Okay.
Uh, I think it's every 2 years. It actually started in the United States, I understand, but last, I think it's every 2 years. Last time it was in Malta, and the time before that was in Cancun, Mexico.
Nice.
And this year it happened to be right here in Liling. So I wasn't going to go because I didn't really know that much about it. And then I found out it's almost like a big expo. So of course I got tons of video footage from there. I should have sent it. I'm not sure if I sent it or not yet, but I
Yep.
was going
I
to
got
send a
some.
bunch of stuff. Yeah. And so yeah, I met with Wilson, happy family. Today I'm having a dinner at Mr. Joe from Raccoon Fireworks, going to his personal house for a dinner, and then we're gonna go see some fireworks after that, like a show. And they do a show every Saturday night, I think.
That's the guy with the
So
koi pond, right?
yeah, the guy to Koi Pond going to his house for a fancy dinner. He's cooking, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty cool.
There you
Yeah,
go.
very nice to deal with them. Of course, that's brother of Happy Family, as you know.
Hmm.
So, anyways, so that's kind of what we're doing. Basically, it's really sad because this year, above all, in April, most of these items are done. I was just sending out some more text messages, and then we had to switch over to the meeting. Um, but most of the items are done and completed, sitting in the warehouse, and now we just can't ship at this present tariff. I'm hoping that we get some good news. I don't know, maybe on Monday is what I'm hoping. Um, I've heard some rumors around. I'm not sure. I have no news out here. I don't actually, I haven't even turned on that beautiful TV set yet. But if I turn the TV set on, I'll never go to sleep, and I keep the computer on, and then I keep waking up for that.
Yeah, you
So
still
this
don't go to
morning
sleep.
this morning I went to bed at 6 a.m. So there shouldn't be any jet lag when I get home because I haven't slept. I haven't really adjusted, I don't know. Crazy.
So,
My tired though.
so all the product is made and it was just
Pretty
waiting to be
much.
shipped. So it's kind of just at a standstill. Are there still employees in the warehouses? Is it just empty?
Yeah, they're still employees. They're working on the European market to an extent, but they really can't keep producing because right now they have no storage space. It's not like Star Fireworks where we just keep buying trailers or moving stuff like that. We can't do that in China. So it's not like they could just keep buying storage trailers. They can't. It has to be in a building. So once their storage is done, they're done. They can't produce anymore.
Well, right.
Uh,
You have a certain mass that you can only hold back. And once you reach capacity, you can't take any more raw products in and you can't make any more products. You got to sit on it and wait till you can get it out of the warehouse.
Yeah, so basically what I've been doing now is I'm prioritizing with each company. If something changes in the tariff, then I will definitely uh, have these items already. All the companies know what items to consolidate first and what items to leave behind. And if there's more container space, then of course, then I would go to the second level of priority. But yesterday I made my prediction at 3:30 in the afternoon. I marked the time. I was sitting there with Raccoon. I was sitting with another company, and I said, "Okay, mark this date and time, 3:30 in the afternoon." Johnny Starr's prediction is Huayang, the shipping company, will probably raise their prices. I'm hoping 20%, but I'm going to say more like 30% just to take advantage of a situation because they know all these containers are waiting to ship and they're going to be just mark everything up 30%, maybe even higher just because they're greedy. And if I was a smart businessman, I would say don't ship nothing, as we always talk about supply and demand.
Right.
But many companies will say, yeah, just ship it anyways, and they'll just give them more fuel to raise the prices because they know that all these containers are just waiting to go out and they're just going to take advantage of the situation again.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
funny. It was funny because most of the Chinese companies like, oh, I never thought of that. I'm like, I thought of that immediately. That's the first thing I think of is how many people are going to go in my pocket. So, yeah,
So
unfortunately.
are all the people that you've met with, are they, I mean, do they have a little animosity towards you because of their hatred of the tariffs and maybe Trump and the current administration, or are they kind of like, well, we're in this together, let's try and work it out, or is it adversarial, or are they working with you?
No, they're very kind and very polite. There's no animosity towards me at all. We've been friends for 20 years with most of these companies.
That's good.
Um, they understand that um, they understand the tariff situation, and they also understand that their country has had a huge tariff on United States products all these years. And we talk a lot about different things, but this is all something that should have been fixed, in baby steps years ago as the countries grew.
Right.
Um, and like I told them, is what a $295 billion trade deficit or whatever like that. If you are that confident as a country like China to do business with the United States because of your service and because of your level of quality and everything else, you shouldn't need a tariff to not let your competition play. I'm as a business owner, I'm confident that Star Fireworks provides good service to my customers. So if I were to say to my customers, well, you can't buy from these people or you pay 100% tariff, that doesn't show too much confidence in myself. And basically, even if tariffs were down to zero on both sides, there would still probably be a $200 billion trade deficit, as far as what China ships to us. And that's not gonna go away because of tariffs. It's going to stay that way because they're good at producing and the prices are reasonable and we're going to keep buying. We don't need to keep General Motors out of China anymore. China's got a lot of beautiful cars to buy right here, so we don't need to tariff General Motors. If General Motors wants to sell a car here, it should be able to. And
Right.
if China's that confident in their production and their level of quality, then they should have no problem with it. And we all agree everybody wants a global economy, correct? Well, how can we have a global economy if we have these tariffs in place that are not needed anymore? So, um, I think they kind of get it and they understand a different perspective now from my side. Um, they also see on their side that they did not have any um, it wasn't even an option. I use automobiles because it's easy, but there's many products that have a huge tariff here. So there was never an opportunity for them to buy a General Motors car because it was like us trying to buy a Ferrari. We don't go to the Ferrari dealership and look because we know that we can't afford one.
Right.
And it's the same thing here. The poor people would not even entertain buying a Buick because they don't have that choice. It's not affordable.
It's just priced right
And
out of the market.
yeah. And we have a 245% on electric automobiles in China, and we're never going to see those automobiles in the United States, nor do we have to, because of obviously there's a lot of reasons behind electric cars about spying and what they can do and everything else, but these are many products that they produce that we produce as well, and we shouldn't have a tariff on them. So we'll see. But but everybody's in agreement, and everyone's in agreement that China's losing billions of dollars every day, and
Well, yeah.
And their people are hurting, and the factories are going to be closing, and the people are just as upset because of no negotiation. And we can't say non-negotiation has not been on our side. It's we're ready to negotiate.
Right.
So, and they're pretty much in agreement with that, but they're very optimistic like me. We're talking about 2026 season, and of course I always say, well, we'll see what changes. I mean, we're all in a holding pattern. I can't sell and I can't buy.
So so basically the stuff is ready to go. We're just waiting, hopefully some type of let up on the tariffs.
Miracle.
And when that happens,
Yeah.
you're ready to go and get the stuff into your warehouse and get it out here. But you're still fearful that the shipping companies are going to raise their prices, which would be just, taking advantage of the situation. It's funny you say that. I went yesterday to Xfinity store to, see if I could lower my cable bill.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, started talking to me, and he's like, well, what you really should do, I love it when they try and get you to buy more. He's like, well, what you should really do is move all your phone accounts, your cell phone, over to our service, and then we can lock you in on a rate, because the internet's going to go up because of tariffs. And I'm like, how does the internet cost more because of a tariff? And he's like, oh, well, tariffs are going to affect and then I just lost it. And Pauline's kicking me, she's like, stop. And I'm like, when they insult my intelligence and tell me that the internet's going to cost more because of tariffs, I can't let him think that I'm that dumb, and he's like, well, the cable is going to cost more. And I was like, oh God, everybody's just using this as an excuse to raise their prices.
It's almost like COVID. I'm waiting for him to say between the tariffs and COVID, and then I'm just going to start slapping people. I mean, and I always say, I would just finish that conversation with, that's why I'm a banker, and that's why you're trying to sell me internet at Xfinity.
Right.
I mean,
right.
But yeah, they make these things up because they listen to a lot of fake news, and there's fake news all over the place. They listen to a lot of fake news, out here, a ton of fake news out here, obviously. And but that's why I wanted to be here and boots on the ground, because if something changes on Monday, and I say Monday only because it's the beginning of the week. Nothing's going to happen over the weekend, although President Trump probably works 24/7, kind of like someone else I know. So, we'll see what happens. But it's good to be boots on the ground. It's good to have these relationships that I